My husband said God will not give us things we cannot handle and told me to start taking care of his affair baby. I, 29F, and my husband, 44M, had been together for 5 years and married for 2. I met him at the church I started attending when I moved to a new city to begin my career. I work for an insurance company, and he's a pastor. I know that we have a notable age gap, but he was always kind to me and made me feel special. Anyhow, a week ago, he came home and told me we needed to talk. Through tears, he confessed that he had been having an affair with one of our community members, 34F, and that she had been pregnant with twins. She went into labor, she and one of the twins didn't make it, and the other is in the NICU. He said we need to step up, and he wants me to turn my office into a nursery and set up a cot in the room so we can take turns. I became distressed and told him I wanted some time to think, that I was not sure I wanted to do this. He reminded me that I had made a vow to him in marriage and that God had blessed us with a child. He said that this is our cross to bear and that God will never give us something we cannot handle. I told him that it seemed God had given her more than she could handle because she got deleted. I know I shouldn't have, but I was not thinking correctly. He slapped me and told me that I needed to serve my husband, that God had chosen me as this child's mother, and I needed to be his humble servant. I just feel so strange. Yesterday, I cried so hard I threw up. This woman just passed away, yet I feel bad for myself. I wanted children and was saving for IVF because I am infertile, but now that I have a chance to have a child, I don't want it. I feel like I'd be robbing its mother's grave. I pray to God, but if I'm being honest, it's never felt like anyone was ever listening. I feel like I have truly seen my husband, and he no longer looks kind. He looks his age and very tired. I want to abandon him and the child. I'm only 29, I can start over. I have a remote job, I can take a day off when he goes to the NICU, pack my essentials, and leave. Neither him nor the child deserves this, and although this is my circus, that is not my monkey. Update 1. I just want to thank you all for the support. I'm still processing all of this, and I just need a little time. I don't feel unsafe, just unloved, just not enough. My husband did apologize for slapping me and continues to express regret, but he can't take it back. Just as he cannot take back knocking up another woman, which ultimately unalived her. I'm just feeling so disillusioned with my entire life right now. I know I should leave. I know that there is a world out there that will not treat me like this, but I am scared of change. I'm working on a plan to leave and getting my ducks in a row for when I'm ready to go, but I am not sure when I would leave if I choose to. Many have expressed that I should make a report to the police about him slapping me, and they're probably right, but that would likely cause me more problems than it would be worth. If I leave, it might make him want to contest the divorce more, and if I stay, it would cause more tension. Funny thing, I'm jealous of the people saying that this is fake. It's like I want my life to be like it was 2 weeks ago, where I could read a crazy story on the internet and think, wow, that's crazy, seems kind of fake, and keep scrolling and go about my life, but I can't scroll away in real life because that's just not how life works. I wish I could tell you I packed my bags and left, but I'm not strong enough yet. It's not that easy to do in real life, as it turns out. Update 2. I left, if that's all you wanted to know, there it is. I didn't leave right away, as I know now that I should have. It just wasn't that easy. I stayed for 2 months. I knew if I didn't at least try to make it work, I wouldn't be able to live with it. Not because I wanted to save my marriage, but because what ifs keep me up at night enough as it is. I went to marriage counseling with my husband, but it was ultimately fruitless. Of course, it was Christian counseling. I felt like their goal was for me to forgive him rather than actually trying to help me. I was so utterly alone during that time. My parents and brother are also very religious, so even though they weren't happy with my husband, they kept urging me to do what a good Christian wife would do. I spent so much time suffering in my own head that I began to realize I was just going through the motions, doing what I thought people expected of me. I entered a state of derealization for a time. The feeling of nothing being real, not even myself, was horrible. During this period, my husband brought his baby home, and while he tried to split the care 50-50 at first, he ultimately didn't trust me to look after the baby because I was lost in my thoughts so often, so he ended up being the primary provider. When I was with the baby, all I could think about was how its existence ruined my life. It'd look at me with big blue eyes, and I would just wish it would disappear. I would actively spend time resenting a baby. There was a time when I was thinking to myself, and I wished it would stop breathing. That was when I knew that I needed to leave. I was blaming a baby and wishing ill upon it, and that was not okay to do. I don't remember much about this time besides that, it's mostly a blur otherwise. I sought services through my work to talk to a therapist, and I eventually came back to earth. She helped me make a plan. At no point did I fear my husband. I truly believe the slap was a one-off event.